Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome back to What's in the Bag, Jay. Now, this is where I pick 6 movies from my collection that I haven't seen, write their names on a piece of paper, throw them in a bag, draw one at random, and do a review. Now, coming back from last week are Minutes Past Midnight, The Awakening, A Dark Path, Dead Ant, Ogre, and making its debut this week is a Shudder original called Monstrum. Now, if you guys noticed, there is no Freddy vs. Jason die, and I'm going to tell you why. There is 4 weeks left in Season 3 of What's in the Bag, Jay. So what I'm going to do so that everyone has a chance to get their movie reviewed is I'm just going to stick with these 6 for the next 4 weeks and pick out 4 out of these 6 ultimately and review them. Now, I had made a promise to Jennifer Tochi that Ogre would be put in the bag. So if it doesn't happen to get picked, I will do it for my 31 Days of Horror in October, if I do decide to do that, which I probably will. I've done it every year. So, let's go into the bag and see what we're going to watch this week. Give the bag a good tussle. Only 4 episodes left, guys. Alright, we have Monstrum. Alright, I'm going to set that aside. And here's how things are going to work. Like I said, I am not going to put anything new into what's into the bag. What I'm going to do for the next, 3 weeks after this week, is pick 3 of these movies that we have sitting here to get reviewed. If the one that you want doesn't get reviewed, definitely let me know, and I'll consider doing it for 31 Days of Horror in October. That way we can have a fresh batch for Season 4 and just keep things moving. Because I am going to still do this, because I do love this segment. So I am going to go watch Monstrum and come back with a review later. Well, I'm back. I just watched Monstrum, and here are my thoughts. Monstrum is a 2018 film which runs approximately 105 minutes and is also known as Mulgo. Now, this is a South Korean film, so you're going to have to bear with me with the pronunciations because I am really bad at this. Okay, this is written and directed by Jong Ho-ha. He was responsible for The Advocate and Countdown. Now, this stars Myung Min Kim as Young Kyung. He was in VIP, A Day, and Pandora. This also stars Kim In-koo as Sung Han. He was in The Cursed and Revenger. And Hyari Lee as Myung. She was in a bunch of television. Now, as I said before, this is a South Korean film, and it grossed like $5.2 million worldwide, which is actually pretty good. And this is a Shudder exclusive, so if you want to watch this movie after I'm done this review, if you have Shudder, you can watch it, or at least you should be able to. And I highly recommend it. Okay, this takes place in 15th century China, if I'm not mistaken, even though it's a South Korean film. And it's supposed to be a true story. Take that for what it's worth. So there is a new emperor in China, and he was partially overthrown by the emperor who is now in place and the prime minister, who is the emperor's good friend. Well, we also have something like the bubonic plague that's going around, and they're killing people in droves. They're wiping out villages, and even killing people that don't have this plague, as I'll explain in a few minutes. The prime minister, in order to get this emperor elected, has made up this monster called Monstrum in order to overthrow the last emperor, to get the people riled up, and they want new leadership. Sound familiar? Anyway, so we now focus on our main characters, which is an uncle, a father, and a teenage daughter. These guys kind of seem like bumbling idiots, and they're great in this film. Turns out, though, these are actually the new emperor's former private guards. And of course, they're masters in martial arts, and they're just, badasses, basically. So, when the emperor feels like the prime minister is trying to overthrow him in order to get himself elected emperor, the new emperor, the emperor goes to his former private guard and asks him to investigate this monster called Monstrum in order to alleviate the people's fears. Is there a monster? Or is this just propaganda in order to elect a new emperor? I'm not going to tell you. You have to watch it and find out for yourself. Like I said, this is on Shudder, or at least it should be on Shudder because it's a Shudder exclusive, and I absolutely love this film. This film is full of gore. It's full of just fun. There's a lot of humor in it, but it doesn't take away from the actual film. There's a lot of suspense in this film. It's just done extremely well. The costumes are so good. It's done as a period piece, and it really, really succeeds. Now, my friend Brad, Bronco Juggalo, you all know him, he recommended a movie to me called Sector 7. Now, I reviewed this a long time ago, actually on What's in the Bag, Jay, which is what I'm doing here with Monstrum. The movies are somewhat similar. So I definitely recommended this to Brad because I do think he's really going to like this film. Is it a creature feature? I'm not going to say. Check this one out. If you have Shudder, it's just so good. It's so well done. The acting is great. If I have one problem with the film, it would be a little bit of the CGI is wonky. But it's also it's sort of an independent film that was picked up and distributed by Shudder. So, yeah. Definitely fits the bill. It's a great film. And I definitely recommend it. If you guys don't mind reading subtitles, this is definitely right up your alley. Very good film. Top recommendation. I loved it. Don't forget to vote for the ones that didn't make it. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.